Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're over on the test account, and that is right, guys. Season 9 of the Abyssal Expedition is on us, guys. Now we're going to run through exactly what it is. We're not going to get into the actual content of it, just because we have 45 hours, as you can see right here in the bottom, before we start. But overall, guys, it's very similar to the hunting fields. If you just played the hunting fields, it is kind of a mini version of the Abyssal Expedition. Now, coming in here, the Abyssal Expedition, or the Vault of Time, you have 70 players. That is right, guys. There are 70 players, not just 5 players going through with different factions, but this is 70 players. Similar again, where one you get in here, you get relics, and there you get relics in the hunting field. You have evil bosses claiming rewards. Now, this is the beta version. So what that means by the beta version is this is not going to be ranked. Now, the normal expedition is ranked for season 9. We have done these 8 times before, guys, so a lot of players are already going to know. So for the enrollment, there are really 2 options. You have casual enrollment or you have honorable enrollment. The way that I see it, guys, is casual enrollment is if you're going to be casually playing within the Vault of Time or the Abyssal Expedition. Honorable is for players who actually want to play the game mode. If you are going honorable, the majority of players, because you do have to spend diamonds to enroll, will put a little more time and effort into the Abyssal Expedition because they want the rewards, which we'll go over in just a minute. So again, casual, you can see we have 2 guild members that are enrolled in casual. We have 17 on the test server that are in honorable. You can also see exactly who is on the casual list. You can also see who is on the honorable list, guys, with all of these players that are going in trying to earn those frames. And again, this one you can't, but this is the beta version. Again, you can go through and you can really test it out, see how you like it. And again, if you're really looking to play the game, if you're a player that logs on at least once a day to go through this game mode, you will be able to make it very easy and honorable when you go through there. Now, looking at the rewards for the casual players, the rewards are reduced a little bit, guys, but you can see similar to the hunting fields, when you're increasing in ranks based on the things that you have to do, the quests that are within here, you can actually get some Stargazer cards, you get some time emblems. You can also get a lot out of the Duke's chest, guys, for your Poke coins and your red chest. And of course, all of the additional loot. Now, with the honorable enrollment, you do get a little bit more, including cost you 3,000 to enter, but you get a bonus 3,000 out of there. So a little bit loot, little bit higher loot levels when it comes to the honorable reward, which again, guys, if you're looking to play, this is one of the big reasons why we have also talked about joining an active guild. So you'll be matched with your guild, just like you see right here for the honorable enrollment. Guild members enrolled 17. So if I'm going honorable, I am going to be the 18th guild member that is in here, guys. So you can roll with your entire guild. Now, looking at the guild that we're in on the test server, we actually have our own Discord server and everything. So it's really easy to communicate with a bunch of different players when you're going through here and actually having the ability to do well going through here, again, because you have that honorable enrollment and running a bunch of different with a bunch of different players that are looking to really push the envelope when it comes to the Vault of Time. Now, in addition, guys, glorified guilds, these are the guilds that have won it in the past. You can see there are quite a few, and we have a lot of different seasons of the Abyssal Expedition over here on the test server, which is very, very cool to see. But the boss, guys, this boss is awesome. Look at him. Almost looked like a tricked out version of Hodgkin. I love the boss and how he looks in here. The Clawlossus, very cool. So vast open sea in the dominion of sunken ships and the dead. You can see his whole story, guys. They love to do the background on him. A couple different abilities. He is the Spirit Snatcher. So this is your ability to test the boss, guys. Now, if you remember seasons ago with the Abyssal Expedition, there were a lot of players that ran boss trials on private servers, which again is completely under the radar, but they had the ability to test team comps on boss formations within the private servers. Now they publicly made it available, so you can actually come in here, you can test out the boss, see what it is all about within the boss trials, guys. And it's really cool because you can test in a lot of different things with a lot of different heroes. You can see exactly what is going to work, and you can see there are debuffs in here. So there's a lot of changes in here, depending on what you have, depending on where you're at. This Abyssal Expedition, I think, is going to be one of the very, very coolest expeditions that we've seen. not only power wise, but also having the ability to go ahead and have some different debuffs in here. I know it starts now. I believe the map is on 3 different islands. So instead of being just left and right, it's going to be, I believe, 3 different islands, and the islands are going to go actually kind of subterranean like we've seen in the past to get to this boss, guys. But you can actually hop in here and you can literally test this out as much as you want and see exactly where this power meter is going to come in. You can really forecast and see what heroes can solo this boss. That's one of the big things I know we've seen before within the Abyssal Expedition. You can actually come in here and test heroes in here, like Zekus, see how he does solo, different buffs in here, different heroes in here. You can literally test out your heroes and how well they're going to do in the bosses before you actually run the Abyssal Expedition, which, as you can see in here, guys, we're running Ainz. Should have thrown Albedo in here, but again, we can just kind of go back and we can see exactly where we're going to land, where the damage is. We can stop attacking, and then, of course, just do it again till we find some formations that are going to work based on the heroes that you have within the Abyssal Expedition. So we can actually swap this up, guys. We can throw some pets in there. And I love it because it uses your heroes. They're not saying, all right, we're going to give you the best heroes within the Abyssal Expedition. See what you can do with them, guys. Nope. It gives you your heroes literally to play within here. It's a really cool feature. I like having the ability, again, to try to test it out and see what works on the bosses, what you can utilize. And there are a lot of players, guys, that test an insane amount when it comes to these guild bosses and these trials. For me, it's just fun to come in here and play around with. And you can see, guys, it looks like the healing in here is really good. Overall, it seems like we're going to have to change up this team a little bit to really maximize the damage in here. But again, you can really push through, see exactly what you did, just like a regular boss fight, and continue trying it out of here. Because again, there's a lot of buffs in here. There's a lot of debuffs in here. There's a lot of stuff to do within the Abyssal Expedition. It's fun. In my opinion, guys, I know the big drawback to this is the time sink. There is a really, really huge time sink when it comes to the Abyssal Expedition. Once you initially get set up, though, logging in once or twice a day, probably spending 10 or 15 minutes going through, making sure you're staying up, making sure you're taking territories, getting stamina, everything like that. That is really the big thing. Once you get started in the beginning, if you log on once or twice a day, you have no problem staying up with everyone, no problem making progression and pushing in here when you have stamina. But again, guys, it is a very, very fun game mode that I really do enjoy, and I'm glad to see Season 9 is coming along, guys. Now, again, this one isn't for scores. It isn't for frames. They're not going to have the leaderboards, but they are coming soon. Sorry, guys. So that'll do it for a little Vault of Time breakdown. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.